What's up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at a buy list from Crown Zenith. Every time a new set drops in the Pokemon TCG, I'm going to be your one-stop guide to finding out what cards you should buy for sure for the competitive Pokemon trading card game, what cards are, maybe spicy pickups, and a lot of the time I'll tell you guys what's a trap, and I wouldn't invest in it just right away because it's probably going to drop in price and you can pick it up when it's a lot cheaper. So, welcome everyone. My name is Rahul Reddy. This is the YouTube channel, and today we're going to be looking at the Crown Zenith buy list from me. I was going to do a set review, but honestly the set is almost exclusively reprints, besides a couple of cards. So it does not feel worth it to do a set review for you guys. My buy list will kind of cover what cards I think are good because I'm putting them in the buy category and what cards I think are okay because I'm putting them in the spicy category. So you guys will know based on that what I think is okay, what's not. And Crown Zenith doesn't really shake up too much. So I hope you guys are enjoying this format because we're going to have it for another about 3 months until rotation hits. If you guys want to know when rotation is and what we're losing from that, you can check the what rotates video up top. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. We're going to have my must-buy cards to start off. These are the cards that I'm personally going to buy, and these are the counts that I will be personally picking up. You guys don't have to pick them up in this excess. I will explain each one of them as I go. So we're going to start off with 3 Rotom V-Star. I think of all the cards in the set, Rotom V-Star has some potential. It's the one that makes some sense that it could be really good with the lightning type weakness into a lot of the top attackers. Scrap Pulse does a significant amount of damage, and Conversion Star is very strong as well to just kind of get the ball rolling. Now, there was a Rotom V-Star deck that did very well in Japan that used the power of Single Strike Stadium, I forgot what the name is called, Tower of Darkness, I believe, to discard a lot of the tools like the Single Strike Scroll and stuff like that to get the tools into the discard, and then go ahead and use Scrap Pulse for a ton of damage to do work, basically. So I think this card, while it's not the most flashy, has the most potential out of everything in the set, and I'm going to be picking up 3 because I firmly believe that this card is good. You don't have to if you don't believe the card is good, but yeah. Another philosophy that I like to employ is picking up any of the Radiant Pokemon or whatever one-of mechanic exists in the current format. So in this situation, Radiant Pokemon are one-ofs in any given deck, so I think it's pretty easy to just pick up one of each. So in this situation, I'd pick up Radiant Charjabug, even though it's probably not seeing that much play. It's just good to have in the back pocket because we've seen random Radiants like Serena and Alakazam see play, and I don't want to be scrambling last minute to find these because this is not a card that vendors will typically have. The Zamazenta is a card that has been long withheld from us, and it has been very, very prominent in Japanese Lost Box decks with its Metal Shield ability, 30 less damage from opposing attacks, making it a 160 HP single prizer, which is pretty bulky, and has the attack Retaliate for 2 metal and a colorless, 100 plus 120 if any of your Pokemon were knocked out last turn. So 220 is a very hefty amount of damage that you're doing for a single Mirage Gate commitment. And this card is usually played in pairs of 2 in Lost Box decks. So I would pick up 3 just in case for some reason your deck is more centric around it. You don't have to go past the 2, I think. You'll be okay with 2, but I usually pick up a 3rd just in case, for some reason we end up playing a deck that plays 3 of, sorry. Following that is Radiant Eternus. It follows the same Radiant logic as I did with Charjabug by picking up an extra one, but Radiant Eternus also has Climactic Gate, which is a very incredible ability that lets you cheat out 2 Pokemon VMAXs onto your bench and end your turn, which is crazy, which means going first, you can get a Radiant Eternus and immediately set up your board with things like a Duraludon VMAX, Flying Pikachu VMAX, Espeon VMAX, other random VMAXs. Like, it's just crazy that you can put a 3-prizer into play automatically on your first turn going first, and your opponent has no counterplay to this ability. So this card will for sure be good moving forward, even if it's now or post-rotation or whatever. Like, this card will absolutely be really good, so you guys should pick one up. Following that is the Sky Seal Stone. It is an item that says that you can... The Pokemon V that this card is attached to can use the V-Star power of this card, which is Star Order. During your turn, you may use this ability. During this turn, your opponent's active V-Star or V-Max Pokemon will give up an extra prize to you. So you can use this to accelerate the game against decks like Mew VMAX using your Drapion V, or you can use your Raikou V to take an extra prize on something else, just to accelerate the game much quicker, because Lost Box sometimes struggles with closing that last little prize out. So Sky Seal Stone is a little bit of a cheat code to just simply speed up the game for a deck that doesn't typically have a V-Star power already. Now, these are my spicy pickups, so this is something that I think could be potentially good. Maybe you're not going to pick it up immediately because of the price. It's probably going to tank at some point. So starting is the Zacian V-Star. I think Zacian V-Star is very good as a card, but we don't have Zacian V that's really good. The Intrepid Sword Zacian V for much longer, and I think 200 damage might not cut it completely, but Sword Star is a really good attack, I think, for 310 that one-shots almost everything in the game. And I do like how Break Edge is 200 and we have Metal Saucer to accelerate to it, which is why I'm going to pick up 2 myself, just because I think this has some potential, but I don't think it's necessarily very good. Zamazenta V-Star is also very strong with Giga Impact doing 220. And its V-Star power says during your opponent's next turn, all of your Pokemon take 100 less, which is not necessarily that good, but paired with Giga Impact and Shield Star, maybe you can buy yourself an extra turn to just go a little bit deeper in a match, take 4 prizes before your opponent can do anything. But yeah, both are speculative. I don't think they're very good, but I would like to still pick them up in case they become good. And I don't think you ever need more than 2. If you ever need a third, well, I'm sorry. And then with the Regigigas line with a 3-3 V-Star line. I think this is a really cool V-Star because yes, it does only 230 and it's very vanilla, but Star Guardian says during your turn, if your opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining, you may choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and they discard it. So you can go Roxanne, Star Guardian first, Path, and just stick your opponent with a really weak board and make a really big comeback. But I feel like the situations where you're in these, like your opponent has actually 1 prize and you need so much to come back, that like you rarely win those games because your opponent's probably got something in the active that can do some damage to you. So, but maybe if you're knocking that out and taking 2 big threats off the board and putting your opponent to like a 2 or 3 card hand, maybe that's enough to win a game. So maybe Regigigas is like a good enough like 1/1 line in a deck that you can just pivot into that plays like Ditto V or Thornton or something like that just to get to that situation. Not a big fan of it, but again, these are all spicy pickups potentially. So usually I have my It's a Trap category, but with Crown Zenith, it's all reprints. So there's not really any traps to fall into. So I'm going to, as someone who plays Bling whenever I can, we're going to go with the These Are Pretty category and how I'm going to upgrade my deck. We're going to see some of these alt arts that I've become a very big fan of in the trainer gallery. The Manaphy looking gorgeous, the Mew as well. I would like to pick up these for sure for my collection and to play with. The Comfies with flower selecting, as well as the Dunsparce. Miltank is going to come with me into the new rotation as well. This Raikou V is one of my favorite arts, and Raikou is my favorite legendary Pokemon, so I'm going to pick that up. This Drapion is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I would like to pick that up for sure. And I think it's different enough that when you're doing a deck search, it'll be very easy to spot in your deck. And then this Hoopa is also a gorgeous card that I want for my collection. It's just very cool looking. And then we have these supporters. I like to upgrade my supporters as well because I'm a huge fan of using full art supporters. This Sharon, all of these 7 supporters here, Sharon's Care, Color's Experiment, Cynthia's Ambition, Irida, Melanie, Raihan, Roxanne, all very playable supporters and all very, very pretty supporters in their own right. I would like 1 for my collection and then 1 to play in my decks. This, specifically the Raihan. This Raihan is probably one of the coolest arts I've ever seen. I'm a huge fan of this Raihan and a huge fan of the Cynthia's Ambition. The rest of them are kind of okay. They're still like 8 out of 10s for sure, but these are both like 10 out of 10, like break the scale level of art for me, and they're really pretty. So, sorry this isn't like productive for you guys, but I just like to gush. And finally, the gorgeous gold V-Stars that draw a picture. I couldn't fit them in the slide to show the picture very well, but if you are playing with these, then you are swagging out, and I have nothing but respect for you. I will probably not be playing with these. If I pull them, they're going right into a binder because they're so cool looking, but yeah, imagine you show up to your opponent and you pull out the Trinity Nova RCS V-Star, Starbirth with that gorgeous beast. But yeah, that's my Crown Zenith buy list. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I will be doing a buy list for every new set that does drop, so you guys can be competitively prepared to just kind of drop a little bit of money, and be ready to go. I have a TCG Player affiliate link down in the bio if you guys want to support the channel and help me out by buying cards via that. And so besides all of that, thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you guys for another video later.